Fumans.
I mean, welcome back. If you're watching us, there has been a massive transformation, no?
I don't know. They can't tell from the audio.
But if you're listening, you won't be able to see, but you can go to the Instagram and have a look at the transformation. Or YouTube, because you know we're there. We never talk about the fact that we're on YouTube now.
No, you're on YouTube right now.
We're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, we're on every single podcast platform, so go listen to us.
And a lot of people like seeing us, so we're here.
We're here, we're back, recording. Let's do it.
So today we're going to talk about the issue that's happening right now in Palestine.
Yes, and it's a topic that we need to talk about.
We have to talk about.
Yeah.
You know, the last couple of weeks, actually from the beginning of Ramadan, the Israeli occupying forces has been terrorizing the Palestinians, especially in Shiekh Jarrah. And they're evicting people from their homes and putting in the settlers. And the world is very quiet. You know, when I say the world, I don't necessarily mean the people. I mean the governments, the politics. And it's just very disheartening.
Yeah, it's really sad. And I think it's interesting you said since the beginning of Ramadan.
Yes.
I have actually only seen stuff in the, I mean, fine. Israel, Palestine, it's been going on for many, many years, but that doesn't mean you can't still know what's going on. I've only seen what's been happening in the last week.
Yeah, no, I've been seeing it from the beginning of Ramadan because it's like there's a tradition that the minute Ramadan started, the taunting starts because it's such a holy month. And one of the first videos I saw that on the first day of Ramadan, a lot of the Israeli people...
I did see this video. I remember because it was trending as a hashtag on Twitter and my cousin sent it to me and it was actually trending in the UK and it was Death to Arabs.
Yes.
And I remember him sending it to me and like, hey, what's going on in the UK? And then once I watched the video, it was the Israelis storming basically, with
homes and just saying Death to Arabs. But even more like when the people are fasting, they go and like they eat in front of them, like throw things and food and like
just pure disrespect,
just being dicks.
Yeah.
But the last couple of days is the whole situation in Shiekh Jarrah, which is in West Jerusalem, and it's still a place that has the original Palestinians there. And there's about, I think, don't quote me on the number, I think 10 homes. And the Israeli government has decided that all these houses must be evicted and settlers to go inside instead. And I mean, that is just so unjust in so many ways. Imagine your home, you've lived there all your life, and then knock on a door, you're kicked out, and somebody's put into your house. And then we watch these endless videos of these settlers having this argument like, I'm not doing this to you, the government's doing it to you.
Yeah.
If I don't steal your house,
someone else will.
Someone else will.
Almost like it's a favor. And I was thinking about this on the way over here. Like, imagine if I came into your house, right? We're in your house right now. If I just turned up on the door and said, hey, Hiba, this is my house now. And you're going to be like, what? Like, you can't even comprehend that thought. Me turning up and saying, you know what, get your stuff out of here. If you don't have time to get it out, so be it.
No, they want the stuff.
This is mine now. Yeah. And you've lived here your whole life. I mean, it's your house.
It's your house. It belongs to you. It's probably passed on by generations.
And it's housing generations also.
And it's like, if I don't steal it, somebody else will. It's like walking on the street and a guy comes to rape you and you're like, please don't rape me. And he says, well, if I don't rape you, another guy's gonna rape you. It's the same sense. If you go into a bank and you tell them, well, I'm gonna steal money from the bank because if I don't steal the money from the bank, somebody else will. Where do we live?
I don't know. It doesn't feel like Earth at the moment.
How is that our reality, Gabby?
Especially during Ramadan as well. This is, regardless if it's Ramadan or not, I can't get over it.
Yeah. And now we're starting to see censorship. So,
which wasn't there before, right?
It was, but I don't think we noticed this.
We're noticing it.
Censorship has been there for a while.
Since day one, really.
Instagram and Facebook, they are the Illuminati, if we want to go there. You know,
Mhm.
they are the government.
Yeah.
I don't care how you flip it around. All the intel that goes in there is meant to track you, so the government knows every fucking step that you are taking, so that they can keep checks on you.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that. Every time you post and you geotag, why do you think geotagging started?
Yeah.
To track you. So if you're still today in this day and era are thinking that all the geotagging and all these Facebooks are just for you to like photos and be social with other people, get on.
Yeah.
Right? It is no way. We saw it in that documentary on Netflix.
Which one was it?
The one about social dilemma.
Yeah.
Social dilemma. Go watch that. I mean
the
if
people who
the people who created Facebook are coming and tell you, well, we did that for a specific reason.
Yeah.
So
we fucked up.
yeah. And the whole story is there, and people are still naive.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, do I know what my phone records everything I say? Fuck yeah, I believe that, right?
Yeah.
Do I believe that, every time we have experienced this. Every time we say something and then an ad pops up. I'm sure you felt that too, or seen that too,
Yeah.
or experienced that too.
I mean, sometimes I tell myself, oh, this is super convenient, but it's not. It is an infringement on privacy.
Yeah, because nobody reads the terms and conditions.
No.
Have you went through the terms and
No.
conditions? Never,
No.
ever. We're lazy human beings. They know that this is our nature.
The only thing for me now is, when you download a new app and it will say ask to allow tracking. I say no.
Yeah. But
does that even matter?
yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't think it matters. I really don't think it matters anymore.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. I mean, look at the Alexas and
Yeah, I mean, we had Alexa, I think, for a week, and then she was evicted.
yeah, it's just
It's a no. So let's talk about the censorship specifically with Palestine, because it has been going on and is going on.
yeah. So what would happen if you post on social media about Palestine or Shiekh Jarrah? Like, there's hashtags that are missing. There's amount of views. If you do the hashtag, that you won't get the views. They'll just block you from seeing the views. You will not start seeing people posting as much.
Yeah.
So that's the way they censor it, or they start saying that it's sensitive
Content. And I couldn't believe this when I saw this a few days ago, because it was a video I had watched on somebody else's page, and then another friend had shared it, and it said sensitive content, and I'm like, I just saw this 1 second ago. Why is it suddenly now sensitive?
Because they don't want more people to know. It's sensitive for them, not for us.
Yeah. Yeah, because for us, we're consuming the content, right? We want more of the content. We want to see it.
It's politically sensitive.
Yeah.
And I'm just really upset with the world on this. Like, maybe 4 Democrats tweeted about it. Full stop. We saw the UAE release a statement saying that they condemn this behavior. I don't think enough is being done.
Yeah, we need more.
I don't think
and
enough
it's
is being
this
done.
right it's this current conversation. Like, we've said this throughout all of our podcast topics. Have those conversations with the people around you. This is how we create change.
Yeah, and I mean, we remember a few months ago, we were talking to Bridget, who's our friend who just came to Dubai from the US, and she's never heard of the Palestinian-Israeli conflict.
And let's explain that situation. We were all out for breakfast.
Yes.
There was 3 of us, all of Arab descent. We all we know this. To us, we wouldn't even assume. And I mean, I have non-Arab friends that also know about it, but I've never met someone, and it was, to me, it was absolutely baffling.
Yeah.
She had no idea.
Zero clue.
Like, we had to go from
basics.
Step A.
Yes. Like, what happened in Germany?
Yeah.
So they migrated to Palestine, and then they were funded by the US and other countries to build a colonized state there. And they just been equipped with power and power and power, where they started taking over Palestine. And she was like, what? And that's because education in the US does not talk about this at all. They don't even bring it up. So you're not gonna know if all their news. If you ever went to the US and you watch news, it's the same, very similar in Canada, by the way. If you go and watch the news there, The news is probably for 45 minutes, say. In that 45 minutes, you have like 7-8 commercials, right? So the actual news segment is probably 20 minutes.
Yeah.
In that 20 minutes, they're talking weather, sports, local news, blah, 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 every type of news. And international probably gets a minute and a half. Minute and a half. While we here, we get 20 minutes of everybody else's news.
Everybody else's
1 minute of our
yes,
news.
it's the actual opposite.
Opposite, right?
And it's the same, excuse me,
Cough it out, bro.
sorry. It's the same in the UK actually. Like it's very UK centric, or at least Europe centric, and then it will suddenly go to international. But it's really, unless it's like a
BBC.
Yeah, it's like a big story that's
BBC
maybe
World,
taken.
you know?
Yeah. It's only when it's grasped the international waters, then it becomes like the headline news.
Yeah, and I want to also talk about desensitization because I hate seeing this every time there's something going on in the world, is other people blaming other people for not sharing or not posting or not saying something. And I used to be that kind of person, be like, where's everybody? Speak up, blah, blah, blah. And I've come to understand in the last couple of years that not everybody can speak up. Not everybody has the emotional intellect and the emotional capacity to express their emotions. And by shaming them, we're only making them go back inwards and feel worse about themselves.
It's a sense of shame, right? Like, why aren't you talking about it? And it's really good that you bring this up, because I was on TikTok this morning and I saw like a well-known Arab TikToker, and the comments underneath, why aren't you talking about Palestine? Why? And he's like, I am, it's on my Instagram, go there. And then someone comes back, but you're not talking about it enough. So it's, where's the line?
There is, mind your business, that's the line.
Yeah.
Mind your business. We cannot keep telling people how to behave. And that sense of, you talk about it. You want the influencer to talk about it, you talk about it. You know, be your own influencer. Stop looking at these influencers like they're not humans. Now, you want to talk about government? Government have an obligation to protect us, to care for us. An influencer does not have that obligation.
Let's be honest.
Let's be clear. Okay, and there's something called desensitization in psychology, and desensitization is when you see violence, anger, wars, bloodshed, all these on a constant basis, that your mind starts to accept it in a way that it's not traumatized but numbs your emotion. So then you're not able to decipher if this is something you need to now react about or if this is something normal. And that's why a lot of people are numb. They see the same things, they're desensitized to it, and you know, all the movies are violent, all these games are violent, everything's violent. So when you actually see real violent, you're like, oh, I don't even know how to feel. You don't even know if it's real or not.
And this is the problem. You see content so much now. We're in a cycle of news all the time. You just kind of, and it depends where you are, what you're doing, how you're. There's so many factors into it. So I totally get your point about.
It's numbing it down. So let's leave them with a challenge. So the challenge is to just get informed, know about what's happening. You know, talk about it with your friends if they have the space, but just get informed. Boom shakalaka.